For Race for the Cure, Sunday, October 10th at Waterfront Park.
All the Middle East wheels are in motion as new plans for peace gain momentum. In Texas, a black man leaves an all-white town for his safety and is shot dead back home. And has press coverage of Michael Jackson's troubles been off the wall?
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. Sitting in tonight, Stone Phillips.
Good evening. Rarely in modern history have words of peace been spoken by so many sides in the Middle East. Intensive diplomatic activity tonight in the Middle East, Europe, and America may signal a major breakthrough for Israel and its Arab neighbors. Hopes for peace have been dashed many times before, and it could be again. But there are reports tonight that peace agreements could be reached within days, including an historic pact between Israel and the PLO. We begin tonight with Martin Fletcher in the Israeli-occupied West Bank city of Jericho.
It's a peaceful domino theory, with Israel's neighbors edging closer to peace agreements with the Jewish state. Syria tonight said in Washington it hopes to sign the outline of a peace agreement with Israel by the end of next week. Jordanian negotiators said they're close to a deal, while King Hussein today called for an Arab summit meeting to discuss the sudden progress. And Yasser Arafat continued his Mideast tour, trying to sell his peace plan to Arab states and PLO members. Tonight, he's asking Fatah, his arm of the PLO, to support the deal with Israel. He promised soon the Palestinian flag would fly over the minarets of Jerusalem. But Arafat's opponents are angry that the agreement delays discussion on the status of Jerusalem for at least another 3 years, and doesn't commit Israel to agreeing to a future Palestinian state. Meanwhile, Israel's foreign minister was in Brussels asking the European community to invest in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. A meeting with a PLO official was reportedly cancelled today because of disagreements. Among the people who most want the deal to go through are the Palestinians of Jericho, the first city on the West Bank that would get self-rule. It's a sleepy town of 16,000 people close to the border with Jordan. There are no Jews. That makes it easy for Israel to hand over self-rule. You can feel the excitement in the streets.
Believe me, the majority of the people here want peace.
In Jericho, they're talking of an economic boom, of house prices doubling. The citizens of Jericho have already worked out a scenario where Yasser Arafat comes to live here, they say, in this very house. Then Jericho, they say, would become the headquarters of the new PLO, the bridgehead of a Palestinian state in the West Bank. Self-rule is less than complete independence from Israel, but would be a revolution here. Israeli troops would pull out, leaving Palestinians in control. School children could study what Palestinian teachers decide. There'd be Palestinian police who would arrest Jews like these who came today to the ancient Jericho synagogue to claim the land as their own. But first, the PLO has to approve the deal. Martin Fletcher, NBC News, Jericho on the Israeli-occupied West Bank.
Peace in the Middle East, an impossible dream for decades. Deep hatred and mistrust have long foiled all efforts at a solution. What's changed? Why is Middle East peace now such a tantalizing possibility? NBC State Department correspondent John Dancy tonight.
The peace bandwagon started on a country estate outside Oslo. It is now rolling through the peace talks here in Washington. Suddenly, it seems no one wants to be left behind. Jordan's King Hussein already has one foot on board the bandwagon. For him, peace may mean a resumption of Arab aid cut off when he backed Saddam Hussein in the Gulf War. His deal with Israel is set, just awaiting announcement. Peace means rescue for Yasser Arafat. The PLO is nearly broke, with no money to buy influence among Palestinians. He hopes Arab states will now resume their backing, and Arafat badly needs influence. He had been steadily losing ground to Islamic fundamentalists.
It is fear of the growing strength of the Islamic fundamentalists that, more than anything else, seem to have led the Israeli government and the PLO to decide that now is the time to cut a deal.
Syria's Assad lost his patron when the Soviet Union broke up. He's looking for a new one, and the U.S. is it. But the price will be a peace agreement with Israel. For the U.S., the satisfaction of peace, when it comes, will be quickly replaced by the necessity to rattle a tin cup among the Arabs and industrialized countries to help the Palestinians make a go of it. John Dancy, NBC News, the State Department.
A reminder tonight that Middle East peace is a matter of life and death. Palestinian gunmen today ambushed an Israeli army vehicle in the occupied West Bank, killing an Israeli soldier. Israel's Prime Minister Rabin said the shooting was an effort to sabotage the peace talks. The latest on Bosnia, President Clinton has warned that the military option is very much alive if Serbs start shelling Sarajevo again. And the United States today pressured Serbs and Croats to be more conciliatory to Muslim land claims. Bosnia peace talks stalled over that issue yesterday. Secretary of State Christopher said today the world will hold Serbia and Croatia responsible if the talks fail. In Somalia today, 100 U.S. soldiers raided a compound in Mogadishu after it appeared that a rocket had been fired from it. But when they saw the insignia of an American-based charity on the door, they knocked. A far cry from a raid on Monday in which troops tied up UN workers. Today's search turned up no weapons. When Nightly News continues, getting down to cases on health care reform. On Science Watch tonight, salad days might be here for tomato lovers. And Barney Mania, the purple dinosaurs generating lots of green.
If you're concerned about regularity, keep in mind, these are drugs. They come in many colors: electric blue, shocking pink, Dayglow orange. Kellogg's All Bran is not a drug. It comes in just one color, the natural color of wheat bran fiber. We admit it's not as flashy, but a lot of regular folks find All Bran as part of a high-fiber diet. Very tasteful. A high-fiber diet and Kellogg's All Bran for drug-free regularity.
For 4 days only, every gallon of paint, thousands of colors, is on sale at Sears. Weather beater exterior flat or easy hide semi-gloss interior. Save 50% a gallon. But hurry, sale ends Monday at Sears.
As summer vacations wind down, the battle in Washington over health care reform is just starting to heat up. President Clinton says his plan to overhaul the system won't be ready until later this month. But today, the White House offered a preview. NBC's Andrea Mitchell.
After meeting with health care advisors today, the president said he has ruled out mandatory price controls on the health care industry.
Well, they never were alive. I never embraced them. They had been discussed.
Last winter, the Clintons accused drug companies of price gouging with the implied threat of controls. The drug industry later promised to curb its own prices.
I think they should be given the opportunity to adhere to the commitments that they've made.
Instead of price controls, Clinton will use his bully pulpit to urge restraint and publish the names of health care providers who don't do it voluntarily.
It's never worked before. There's no reason to believe it'll work now. I think it's setting up a disaster.
Cost of Clinton's plan, $70 billion a year to cover the uninsured, plus $100 billion over 5 years to provide prescription drugs and long-term care, new benefits to the elderly. How would he pay for it? New benefits for the elderly would supposedly come from unspecified Medicare savings.
How much more can we squeeze out of Medicare? I think Medicare took a hit on the federal budget that was passed this summer. So they do not sound realistic to me.
To cover the uninsured, Clinton would use $50 billion now spent on Medicaid, plus $15 billion from new taxes on cigarettes and possibly hard liquor. He would be taking on some tough lobbies.
We think he will meet substantial opposition to a liquor tax.
When would full coverage be phased in? Gradually, between 1995 and early 98.
I'm not surprised that it'll take long. I'm just a little shocked that it will take that long.
I think it's a shame because I think this needs to happen quicker.
I'm glad to hear it. I think it's going to be an overwhelming expense for our nation, and I don't think our nation, with the economy and the budget deficit, can handle it.
The president told me tonight he will not make final decisions until he gets reaction next week from Congress. A top aide said he's learned lessons of what not to do from the budget battle. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News at the White House.
The other big item on the president's agenda, the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Like health care reform, an uphill political struggle for the president. Tomorrow, he's expected to make a bipartisan gesture, naming former Republican Congressman Bill Frenzel as second in command in the effort to get it through Congress. Today, trade topic was topic number one at a meeting of business executives in Colorado. NBC's Roger O'Neill has more.
Republicans, not Democrats, seem to be the only ones pushing for free trade with Mexico and Canada.
We have to have equal access to foreign markets, that we're no longer going to play by rules that tie one hand behind our back.
To a decidedly one-sided audience of Colorado business people who stand to benefit if tariffs and trade restrictions with Mexico and Canada are eliminated, there was lavish praise for the yet-to-be-ratified agreement. Consider Storage Technology, a high-tech computer manufacturing company. With free trade, their products automatically go down 10 to 20%.
What it does for Storage Tech is increases the market share substantially in our opportunities to export product to Mexico. And for a manufacturing company, that means an increase in jobs.
It is jobs which Democrats and big labor are worried about. Not more, but less jobs for Americans. Ross Perot has put it in terms all can understand.
And you're going to hear a giant sucking sound of jobs being pulled out of this country.
Perot and many Democrats claim American companies will move to Mexico because labor is so much cheaper. In manufacturing, for example, the average American wage benefit package is $16.17 an hour. That compares to $2.35 an hour in Mexico. The numbers game is being played by both sides. The president has finally assembled a team to devise a strategy to convince Democrats that free trade with Mexico and Canada would be good for American workers. As of today, if a vote were held, the agreement would fail. Roger O'Neill, NBC News, Denver.
On Wall Street today, stocks were down in heavy trading. When Nightly News continues, better eating through science, having those juicy summer tomatoes all year long.
Some people are fussy about their mouth, and some people are very fussy. For them, there's Rembrandt, the low abrasion whitening toothpaste. Over 50,000 dentists have recommended it. And Rembrandt mouth refreshing rinse. 100% alcohol-free, 100% delicious. A splendid way to fight bad breath. For the best for your mouth, there's only one Rembrandt.
Come on, stop. I'm begging you. I mean, what is this? Not just one plain flake, but count them. I'm overwhelmed. What? All right, so I'm doing a 180 here. It's simple. That's good. The crunches. Yeah, I could go for them. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Kellogg's cornflakes. You know you're killing me, right? Kellogg's cornflakes. Funny guy.
Taste them again for the first time.
Oh, my back hurts and I have a game this afternoon. So I'm taking Advil. I know I'll feel better soon. More doctors recommend Advil by name to relieve backaches than any other brand. And you know, just one Advil is as effective relieving pain as 2 regular strength Tylenol. With Advil, there's no reason to let a sore back keep me from swinging. So now I can think about my game instead of my back. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Tonight, it's an NBC sneak preview.
You're my very first customer.
The Chicago Sun-Times calls the John Larroquette Show one of the best new comedy series of the fall.
You have got to be kidding me.
And TD Guide says he's every bit as hilarious as he was on Night Court.
Need some help with that bag?
No, I can handle her.
The John Larroquette Show previews tonight after Seinfeld on NBC.
Science Watch now. This is tomato season. Time to enjoy one of summer's great pleasures, vine-ripened tomatoes, fresh from the garden. But why can't they taste that good all year round? Well, that day may be coming soon through genetic engineering. Sounds like heaven to some, but others have their doubts. NBC science correspondent Robert Bazell.
Agatha Lazard of St. James, New York, like millions of Americans, has spent much of the summer in her garden and is now enjoying the harvest, especially the